How often do we proclaim to know of who we are, to be in touch with our true self? My personal experience has allowed me to witness people who exclaim in heated debates or arguments in their defense that they know who they are. Yet, we fail to realize in that same notion that who or what we proclaim to be is embedded within the simple imitation of others. The way that we speak and our appearances, our actions and our behaviors, they're all reflections of which contradict the very identity we proclaim to know. Therefore, how is it that we can honestly hold firm to self-knowledge while emulating the very behavior of others? For example, if we know who we are and thus love who we are, why is it that we go through extremes to cover up or change this so-called identity that should esteem us? Have we really stopped to consider the kind of message that we're subconsciously sending out about how we see and feel about ourselves? I mean, there's something serious taking place here. We have subconsciously conformed to the identity that society has attached to our being, and we're taking life-threatening risks to change it because something inside tells us that it's not so pleasing. Therefore, we strive to change it to suit the appellation of the governing society, which is directly opposed to our true nature. We are communicating to the whole world that although we were born in our natural state, we still view ourselves as imperfect beings that need some type of physical enhancement. What does that say for all of you who claim to know or believe in God? Doesn't that seem pretty contradiction? I mean, especially if he says that we were made in his image and his likeness. With the extent of the physical changes we're trying to make, this has to say that not only is his image imperfect, but he goofed up along the line somewhere, big time. However, we must know that this is in no way true at all, because the Almighty Powers is perfect as with all of his creation, even the aspect of creation who has yet to realize it. Our inability to realize our perfection tells us that our skin is too dark. With that, we subject our skin to harmful toxins by bleaching. Our hair is not straight enough to achieve the European hairstyles. Therefore, it must be unmanageable. So let's use harmful chemicals to straighten it. My hair is too short, so I'll attach extensions with a glue base to give off the illusion of long hair. My eyes are too dark, so I'll insert some store-bought or medically prescribed colored contacts to give off another illusion. It doesn't matter the risk that I'm taking as long as I can cover up my natural self. And since overall I don't feel that I'm physically beautiful or smart enough, let me use what I've learned is sexy to convince the world that I do indeed have what it takes to fit in society by bringing attention to sacred parts of my body. The question is, who are we attempting to resemble? The answer is obvious. Who else in this society has naturally white or light skin, the epitome of sex, long straight hair and colored eyes? It's definitely something to take within a deep meditation. All of this leads me to the very next question. Why are we trying so hard to achieve this look? Maybe it's because we subconsciously feel the need to compete with this image. The media plays a very big part in encouraging this form of competition. Because we're unaware of our own beauty, we easily fall into the trap. And with all of this, how can we ever embrace a beauty that we've been convinced is horrendous? Yet,
if you pay really close attention to society, you'll find that those very same images that we compete with are the very same images who go through this various transformations to achieve the look that we were born with. This didn't just begin either. This has been going on since slavery, maybe even before slavery. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there then. We have been trained all of our lives to believe that we're less than beautiful, that our hair is nappy and unmanageable. What we need to ask ourselves is, where does this concept come from? Who invented it? What are the origins? Its roots? Our hair is so-called nappy and unmanageable compared to what and why? If in fact we are attempting to achieve hairstyles that are straight, then of course our hair will obviously seem unmanageable and so-called nappy. That's like someone with naturally straight hair trying to achieve an afro. It can't be done without some various manipulation to the hair from its natural state. And usually this type of manipulation is detrimental not only to the hair but to one's health. Bottom line is, the concept one has of their identity has absolutely nothing to do with who they really are. But it has everything to do with who they were trained to believe who they are, which is their physical body. Excuse me. The mental aspect of our physical being is a composite of conditioned beliefs, thoughts, and emotions. What we believe comes to reflect who we think we are. What we think comes to reflect our beliefs. The result that we think and believe are expressed in our emotions, in which we have also come to identify with. And if we lie to ourselves long enough, we come to believe that every aspect of identity that has been created is indeed who we are. Through all of this, we've thus used external sources to define who we truly are, because we have no perception of the source within that is ultimately responsible for guiding us. Our true identity has been hidden behind attitudes and moral behavior, personalities, emotions, non-traditional standards and lifestyles, etc. We can go on and on and on. None of these things even remotely contribute to who we really are. We are not the physical aspect of our being. We're not our clothes. We're not our cars. We're not our houses. We are not who we were conditioned to be from birth. These conditions are all a part of social control. We are who we were originally wrought to be. And because of these conditionings, we have not only rejected who we are, but we've come to identify with the people who are responsible for these very same conditionings. We suffer from a serious identity crisis, people, and it's continuing to destroy us by the minute. Everything we don't know, we instill into our children, and the cycle thus continues, unbroken, unrecognized. Our physical body is simply a shell that houses our true self. This shell allows us to function in a world where there are physical objects, a world that is seen and sensed physically. But because of all the external distractions, we have yet to apprehend the true essence of our being, the part that cannot be sensed through human awareness. The resolution is simple. We must begin to ignore every conditional thought and belief, ignore emotions, and conform to the contentment that lies dormant beneath, awaiting for us to embrace it, because that is the nature of our true identity. With that, I bid you peace, love, and oneness. Ma Kara.